What is that? How you claim that you have a fully stocked kitchen with no running water? See, amenities are too crucial for your short-term rentals. In this video, we're gonna be talking about the top 5 amenities that will allow you to be great and stand out in your short-term rental business. Let's tap in. So let's get into the top 5 amenities that you need for your short-term rentals. And by the way, this is actually coming straight from the horse's mouth. These are amenities that Airbnb actually put out as recommendations that guests search for the most. So it's important to note, are these amenities a make or break situation, as in you won't be profitable in your short-term rentals? No, but I'm here to tell you they are important and people are searching for them. So keep that in mind as well. Let's tap in. So number 1 amenities is the pool, and rightfully so, right? Because it's actually the top search amenity on Airbnb. And now, if you're somebody that has an Airbnb in Alaska, probably not a good idea to put a pool there. But nonetheless, for me, while I currently don't have any pools in any of the properties I own that are short-term rentals, I do have some in the ones that I arbitrage in the communities. And what's great is one of my students actually just finished remodeling a duplex, and he invested the extra capital. He was able to factor a pool in his rehab budget. He put a pool in the back of his duplex, and instantly month 1 became his most profitable short-term rental. You can probably expect up to 20, 30, in some cases 50% more than what you would make without a pool. So is a pool important to be profitable? Well, you don't need it to be profitable, but it's definitely something. If you are looking for a short-term rental, it is an amazing, amazing amenity to add. Number 2, Wi-Fi. Goodness gracious, and rightfully so, right? Because Wi-Fi is way too crucial of an amenity. Now, you'll find that most short-term rentals, most properties on Airbnb, they actually have Wi-Fi. But the issue is a lot of hosts cheapen their Wi-Fi, which is a problem. My rule of thumb, get the fastest Wi-Fi possible. Because when you think about the people that you serve, travel nurses, think about business travelers, and not just business travelers, but nomadic workers, people working from home. Think about the traveling nurses, the families that's gonna come down. The kids need to all connect to their iPads and their tablets and whatnot. Wi-Fi is way too crucial. So at the end of the day, make sure that you institute Wi-Fi in your listing, but don't cheapen it. Get the fastest Wi-Fi possible and highlight it. Make sure you highlight it. What I like to do is I like to either, 1, do a speed test, take a photo of the speed test and post it in your photo reels. Let them see how fast the Wi-Fi is. Now, if you got trash Wi-Fi, my rule of thumb, I say if you got less than 50 megabits per second, that may not be worth it. If that's the fastest you can get, that may not be worth it. But if you get anything over 50, 100, 200, 500 megabits per second, highlight it. Matter of fact, I'll push it even further. Go ahead and add it to your listing title. Let them know that you have it straight from your listing title, and you'll be surprised what kind of difference that makes in your listing. So number 3 is the kitchen. And yes, the kitchen, because guess what? One of the things that allows you to stand apart from a hotel, the fact that most hotels don't have kitchens and people book an Airbnb instead of a hotel, one of the reasons is because you have a kitchen. It's one of the differentiating factors, what allows you to be different and stand out from a hotel. And if you're gonna have a kitchen, you have to make sure that it's fully stocked. Your guests should be able to come in and make full meals, be able to serve their families and serve the people that are visiting them with no problem. And another thing that you want to make sure that you do, don't skimp and don't cheapen your pot and pan set, because it's way too important. If you're going to have a fully stocked kitchen and people are going to leverage and use your kitchen, it means that they're likely going to use the items to cook and to use in your kitchen. So if you cheapen it, it's just going to hurt you in the long run, because guess what? You're going to have to replace it anyway. So my rule of thumb, get a quality pot set from the very beginning of your listing, and it'll definitely save you time in the future. Number 4 is the hot tub. And hot tubs are great because, for one, it's a fraction of a cost of a pool. And there are multiple reasons why people love hot tub as an amenity. They're great for friends, for people to hang out. They're great for a romantic trip. And another thing to keep in mind, now, especially with hot tubs and pools, there's maintenance costs associated with these amenities. But the additional cash flow that you'll receive by having these amenities, it pales in comparison. So if you can't swing a hot tub, definitely add that to your listing as well. Okay, number 5 is free parking. Now, you actually have the option to charge for parking, but I highly, highly recommend that you make it a free amenity, especially if you're in an area or in a city area or a more populated area that parking is really hard. Like a lot of my properties are inside the city in Houston, Texas, right? And parking is always a challenge inside the city because it's down close to downtown. You got the medical center right there. You got Midtown right there. So parking is kind of scarce. So if you can offer free parking, especially if it's on property, then that's always a great thing. We recently had a guest that booked our property because we had gated parking. And gated parking is an amazing amenity to have because this particular guest had items and equipment in his truck for work, and he was looking for only the Airbnb that had gated parking. So that amenity can definitely go a long way. So for sure, add that free parking to your listing. Listen, I hope this list that Airbnb actually provided was super helpful, but understand, every rental is different. While these amenities are a good starting point, not all of them will make sense for your particular Airbnb rental. Before adding perks to your place, analyze your situation and make sure to do what makes the most sense for you and your business. And I'll add something else to that. Another thing that I highly recommend every host to do right now. Airbnb made some changes to the platform recently to where they added a lot of amenities in their amenities section. So a lot of hosts are already offering a lot of amenities that they're not even switching on. So go back in your listing, go to your amenities section, look at all that list of amenities and make sure that you turn on every single one that you have because it will only help your listing get more boost in the rankings, which of course can lead to more bookings. Okay, so hope y'all saw that valuable, and as always, happy hosting, y'all. If you saw value in that and you are ready to take your short-term rental journey to a whole nother level, go ahead and hit that link below. And if you like this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, and I will see you in the next video.